Signs of peaceful aging, 3 indicators that you are blessed by the Buddha. Dear friends, in life, many people facing difficulties and despair often turn to temples, light incense, and pray. Everyone hopes for good fortune, safety, and blessings for themselves or their loved ones, under the protection of the Buddha and deities. However, whether these prayers are answered is not something everyone knows for certain. Typically, we rely on personal feelings to assess the effectiveness of our prayers. But in reality, after offering incense and praying to the Buddha, there are specific ways to recognize whether your prayers have been acknowledged and protected by the divine beings, including Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. This can be identified through 3 signs that manifest within yourself. If you notice these 3 special indicators, it is a confirmation that you are under the Buddha's guidance and protection, and your later years will be peaceful and joyful. So what are these 3 signs? Let's explore and reflect on the following. Good health and inner peace. In fact, being healthy and at peace is the greatest blessing granted by Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Not everyone is fortunate enough to receive this gift. The most precious thing in life is not how much wealth you possess or how luxurious your lifestyle is, but whether you have health and peace of mind. Even if you do not have great financial means, if your body is healthy and your spirit feels content, it is already a sign that you are under the Buddha's protection. As the saying goes, health is wealth. When your body is strong, you have the energy to work, earn money, and enjoy life. Money lost can be regained, but once health deteriorates, you are left with nothing but empty hands. Therefore, always consider the balance between earning money and preserving your health. Do not waste time on meaningless pleasures. Instead, prioritize rest, physical exercise, and maintaining a healthy diet. Each person is born with a unique health index that changes throughout their life. Some are frail and frequently ill from a young age, while others remain healthy throughout their lives, occasionally catching mild colds. Some may live normal lives, but suddenly develop critical illnesses, while others survive serious health crises and recover to lead healthy lives. All of these scenarios are influenced by the karmic deeds, both good and bad, from past lives. However, if you are blessed and protected by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas, you will only experience mild illnesses like the common cold or flu, which are often natural reactions of the body to environmental factors. Serious illnesses are often rooted in mental distress. When you are under divine protection, your mind remains joyful and lighthearted, free from heavy burdens. This cheerful and carefree state helps you avoid placing invisible pressure on yourself and others, leading to a longer lifespan compared to those who lack this protection. Moreover, thanks to the blessings from your past, you will find suitable methods to maintain good health. With a strong and healthy body, you can continue to live, contribute, and serve others, creating even more blessings for the future. Conversely, if you do not value your health and indulge in destructive habits or excessive pleasures, illnesses will undoubtedly return to pull you down. Therefore, cherish your health, as it is a priceless gift from the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. Fewer worries and concerns. A sign that you are protected by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas does not necessarily manifest in wealth, possessions, or high status, but rather in the reduction of worries and concerns in life. Even if your life is modest and lacks material abundance, if you enjoy peaceful days with few troubles, it is a blessing bestowed upon you by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. When under their protection, no matter your profession or status, you will feel a sense of ease and smoothness in your endeavors. For example, in business, even when selling the same products as others, you may find your sales surpassing theirs. In education, though students may attend the same university and study with equal effort, some quickly achieve wealth and success, while others struggle to make ends meet. This disparity stems from differences in the blessings and merit each individual has received. Worries and suffering are 2 toxic elements that cause much distress to people, often intertwined. If you worry, you suffer, and if you suffer, worry will follow. In Buddhist teachings, there are 2 types of suffering: physical suffering and mental suffering. Physical suffering arises from the pain caused by illness, encompassing birth, aging, illness, and death. The body endures hardships due to heat, cold, hunger, thirst, fatigue, and toil, making it difficult for individuals to find peace. The worst aspect of these physical pains is that they often cannot be shared with others. For instance, a child may worry about their mother's aging but cannot endure her pain on her behalf. Similarly, when a child falls ill, a mother cannot bear the discomfort in their place. At the moment of passing, neither mother nor child can alleviate each other's pain. Mental suffering includes feelings of sadness, jealousy, bitterness, frustration, and unhappiness. People often grieve the loss of loved ones, feel discomfort around those they dislike, or suffer from unfulfilled desires. When the mind is troubled, we are burned by the flames of distress, bound by the chains of worry, and blinded by the dust of anguish, leading to a lack of clarity and wisdom. Additionally, suffering can arise from external circumstances, such as harsh weather, heavy rain, or the daily struggles of making a living. The hardships and tragedies of life can stir negative emotions within the mind. However, if one day you notice that all worries and concerns no longer trouble your mind, your soul feels at ease, and you can freely do what you desire with a light heart, eating well and sleeping deeply, that is a sign that you are being protected and guided by the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. At this point, life becomes peaceful, happy, and filled with serenity. A kind and compassionate heart. A kind heart and a righteous attitude not only bring inner peace, but also earn the protection of the Buddhas and Bodhisattvas. People with kindness and compassion, who are always ready to help those around them, are certain to be blessed. This is not because they pray for it, but because their virtuous actions naturally lead to it. In reality, whether someone is protected or not does not depend solely on their faith, but on how they live. In life, to receive, one must first know how to give. Therefore, beyond living for ourselves, we should open our hearts and live for others. Sometimes, accepting losses for yourself becomes an opportunity for heaven to reward you with something far more valuable. If you see people who have wronged you enjoying good fortune, do not feel upset or envious. Instead, sincerely congratulate them. This demonstrates that you are someone with blessings, protected by divine beings. True kindness does not lie in outward displays, but in the purity of your heart. As long as you live kindly and maintain pure thoughts, heaven will naturally arrange everything for you. The good deeds you do, even if not immediately rewarded, will ultimately return to you in the most miraculous ways. Your benefactor is not far away. It is your own goodness. Those who live kindly will always find a way through difficulties. Even when things appear dangerous on the surface, they often turn out to be harmless in reality. This is because the way of heaven always protects good-hearted people. The ancients said, "Heaven's way is impartial, but supports the virtuous." This means that the laws of heaven are fair, treating everyone equally. Those who live kindly receive the care and protection of the heavens and the earth. Kind-hearted people do not seek rewards, but they ultimately receive blessings beyond their expectations. This is not coincidence, but the result of the law of karma. Buddhism teaches that doing good deeds leads to heavenly blessings, while committing evil leads to suffering and retribution. This is a natural law, and no one has the authority to alter it. Human beings are the masters of their own fortune and misfortune. The teachings of the Buddha are not myths, but arise from enlightened understanding of the essence of cause and effect. The saying, "Those with virtue will never lack," reminds us that living kindly is the best way to accumulate blessings for ourselves and our families. Understand that karma is always fair. If you wish to receive goodness, you must first sow the seeds of kindness. Live a life of integrity, kindness, and purity. Dear friends, according to Buddhist teachings, people often trap themselves in cycles of suffering through thoughts of greed, anger, and ignorance. In particular, 3 toxic statements are the main causes of the vicious cycle of life. The Buddha teaches that only those lacking wisdom often utter these words. The more one says such words, the worse their life becomes, and this poor fortune, in turn, leads them to speak such words even more, creating an endless cycle. If you recognize that these phrases are also part of your everyday speech, it's time to change to make your life better and brighter each day. Making adjustments not only helps you escape negativity, but also brings positive energy, opens new opportunities, and improves your destiny. The first harmful phrase, "It's not a big deal, let it go." This is a very common saying in daily life. When faced with challenges, many people often advise, "It's not a big deal, let it go. Think positively." At first glance, this phrase seems reasonable, resembling Buddhist teachings about relaxing the mind, thinking broadly, and being kind. It encourages not sweating the small stuff and looking at life more positively. However, in reality, this approach depends on the specific context. For instance, if someone insults you without reason or borrows money and refuses to repay, and you still calmly smile and say, "It's okay, it's a small matter, let it go," it shows you've reached a high level of mental composure. This demonstrates great self-cultivation and magnanimity, which is commendable. But not everyone can easily achieve such inner peace. True self-cultivation starts with the smallest things in life. It's not just about understanding profound philosophies or grand lessons, but also about reflecting them in small, everyday actions. Great individuals always know to start with the details. Ignoring small matters can make it challenging to achieve significant goals. Conversely, many people have succeeded by paying attention to seemingly trivial things. Sometimes, even a small idea can lead to monumental changes. As the saying goes, in small things, there is greatness. A single drop of water, though small, can eventually erode a rock with consistent dripping. A tiny spark can ignite an entire field. Similarly, a small act of impatience can ruin a grand plan, while a small good deed done daily can create lasting positive karma and lead to great virtues. No one can instantly become a hero or achieve significant success. Those who accomplish great things always start with small acts. Therefore, focus on the small things around you. Who knows? These seemingly minor details might pave the way for great achievements. The second harmful phrase, "Children are innocent." This phrase is familiar to many. When a mischievous child causes trouble or makes a mistake, people often say, "Children are innocent." At first glance, this phrase appears to reflect tolerance and acceptance. If your rights are violated by a child's unruly behavior, and you respond by saying, "Children are innocent," while advising their parents to discipline them more strictly, it's a commendable act. It shows your ethics, generosity, and a positive, kind energy. However, in reality, some parents blindly defend their children's wrongdoings, even condoning improper behavior. This can distort the child's character from an early age, leading to severe consequences as they grow. It's true that children are not at fault, but their mistakes are the responsibility of adults. Issues that children cannot fully understand might be forgivable, but shouldn't adults recognize what's wrong? According to Buddhist teachings, parents are the most influential and closest role models for their children. If parents frequently act improperly, it's unreasonable to expect their children to be harmonious and upright. The saying, "Good parents raise good children," highlights the crucial role of parents. In raising children, the key is not flowery words or theoretical lessons, but the parents' actions. Children don't learn from countless words we preach. They learn from how we live, how we treat others, and how we overcome challenges. Before expecting children to be honest, understanding, respectful, and hardworking, parents should ask themselves if they've been a good role model. Only by living rightly can parents inspire their children to grow into good individuals. A real-life example. A couple once took their two young children to a restaurant. While waiting for their food, the parents were engrossed in their phones, paying no attention to their children. The kids ran and played on the sofas meant for customers. Eventually, one child fell and got hurt. In this case, the responsibility lies with the parents for failing to supervise their children. The sofas were for all customers, not a playground for their kids. Instead of acknowledging their mistake, the mother angrily blamed the restaurant for not ensuring safety, leading to the accident. Regarding the child's misbehavior, the mother simply said, "Children don't know better, they're innocent." This response is unreasonable. We can't place all the blame on the children. When kids make mistakes, parents must remember that the responsibility lies with them, not society. If children cause trouble in public, parents should sincerely apologize and make amends for the damage caused, rather than rushing to defend themselves and their kids. Blind parenting not only spoils children, but also distorts their character. Children need to be taught with seriousness, and parents must understand that raising children involves not only love, but also the responsibility of shaping their character and attitudes toward life. The third harmful phrase, money is everything. Nowadays, many people measure success by wealth. Some believe that having money equates to having everything. As money becomes increasingly important, many people regard it as the sole criterion for evaluating success. The Buddha teaches that money and wealth are merely tools for exchange and should be used wisely and beneficially in life. Just as eating, drinking, sleeping, and resting are essential needs for human beings, money serves as a means to fulfill these necessary aspects of life. Humans are born and exist in the realm of desire, where cravings influence life. We need food, clothing, healthcare, rest, entertainment, communication, and sensory experiences. It's impossible to live without eating, sleeping, and relaxing after a day's work. Assets and material wealth are like the bloodstream in the body, helping sustain life. Human potential develops through learning, research, and practice. Everyone dreams of becoming wealthy, especially those who do not come from affluent families. People may dream of luxurious villas, expensive cars, and private jets to satisfy their desires. However, once they achieve what they want, what happens next? Money can bring changes to life, both positive and negative. When business is successful, ambitions grow. As the saying goes, the larger the boat, the bigger the waves. Yet, some people become so obsessed with money that they forget their responsibilities to family and loved ones. There are wealthy individuals who feel comfortable materially but are constantly anxious and fearful. They often seek guidance from fortune tellers, hoping to learn how to preserve their wealth. They fail to recognize that their current wealth is a result of accumulating merits and virtues over many lifetimes. In reality, material comfort does not guarantee happiness or fulfillment. It may even provoke jealousy and envy from others. Wealth often reveals one's true nature. If a person is malicious, money will amplify their cunning and deceit. Conversely, if a person is compassionate, wealth can benefit society. Many believe that having a lot of money brings happiness, but this is a misconception. With power in their hands, some people hoard wealth without realizing that money obtained through dishonest means is unlikely to last. In their pursuit of satisfaction, they resort to unscrupulous methods, creating a cycle of greed that they can never escape. Money is important, but having it doesn't mean having everything. This doesn't imply we should become pessimistic or stop striving. We must work diligently, using both our minds and hearts without harming others. While money is necessary, it doesn't always bring happiness or peace. In reality, some families who were once poor lived harmoniously and happily. But when they became wealthy, familial bonds deteriorated. Relationships between spouses, children, and siblings can break down due to excessive greed. Greed can make people ruthless, causing harm to others in their pursuit of quick wealth. Money is a good servant if we know how to control and use it wisely. However, if we fail to manage it, it can blind us to the point where we don't know what's enough. A wealthy person who uses their money for the right purposes is better off than someone without money, because financial resources can quickly resolve emergencies or illnesses. However, if a wealthy person doesn't live virtuously, they will still lack peace and joy. Whether rich or poor, cultivating the mind and character can transform suffering into happiness here and now. Ultimately, money is just a means to meet essential needs in society. Misusing or wasting money will trap us in a cycle of harm to ourselves. As the Buddha teaches, such attitudes may seem like expressions of tolerance and generosity, spreading positive energy in alignment with Buddhist compassion. However, they are often excuses for weakness. Without proper understanding and reform, we will become increasingly misguided. By recognizing our errors and making changes, we can achieve true enlightenment. At the end of the program, I invite you to listen to a story, a tale from the countryside. The story I share under the moonlight tonight may seem hard to believe, but if you don't believe it, I won't force you. It's part of my childhood, where the shimmering memories of my village flow endlessly through my soul like a refreshing stream over time. Back then, I was just an 8-year-old boy, small and naive, living during the devastating air raids of the American military. My parents sent me to live with my maternal grandparents in the countryside, a place where I could be safe and embraced by my extended family's warmth. My grandmother's village was ancient, with red-tiled houses nestled among fruit orchards. The wooden pillars of the homes were made from glossy black ironwood, and the courtyards were meticulously paved with deep red bricks. The village paths were lined with evenly laid bricks, contributed as dowry fees by couples getting married, a slow but deliberate way of beautifying the homeland. What I remember most are the moonlit nights when the whole village lit up like a painting. The young women would sit in the courtyards, spinning silk and chatting merrily. Laughter and conversation blended with the rhythmic sound of spinning wheels, creating a nightly symphony. Yet, those beautiful memories weren't all serene. My grandmother's village was also home to countless ghost stories. From the bamboo grove at the village entrance to the ancient banyan tree and the vast lotus pond, the village seemed steeped in supernatural tales. As a timid yet curious child, I was captivated by these stories. The village girls would often share them while spinning silk. Each tale was eerie and spine-chilling, yet strangely fascinating. One time, they told a story about the bamboo grove by the pond, where the cries of an infant could be heard late at night. The shrill wails only stopped when a woman with her hair let loose appeared, picked up the baby, and nursed it. People said she was the ghost of a woman who, after conceiving out of wedlock, hid her child in the bamboo grove to avoid shame. The baby starved to death, and the mother, overcome with grief, took her own life nearby. Listening to this story made my heart race, and I never dared to go near that bamboo grove again, even during the day. But the most haunting place was the lotus pond at the edge of the village. It was vast, with crystal clear water and lotus blossoms covering its surface in summer. Under the moonlight, the pond looked like a celestial painting. However, it was also tied to chilling tales. People said that on moonlit nights, a woman in white could be seen rowing a boat and singing a lullaby across the pond. Her voice echoed gently yet eerily through the air, sending shivers down one's spine.